try to decide or figure out the future of the facility took place a couple of weeks ago on a snow day, and the second open house will be on Thursday. So we'll let you know what's going on.
We'll hear back.
I mean, and certainly we can, we can. One of us will come to future meetings of the authority, but also we can provide summaries to Randy, and he can distribute those by email to all the members of the authority. And if there is any action or any input that we need from you guys, we'll let you know through Randy.
And I expect we'd all be interested. I mean, it does occur to me that it's a matter that could move quickly between our meetings, and so
Right.
if there are developments that
Exactly.
we'd all be interested in.
Exactly, that's what I mean. That we'll make sure that we send Randy whatever updates that may require your attention in between. Yeah. Yes.
You mentioned Department of Energy. Has someone reached out to them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they have reached to the Department of Energy, and they are exploring whether there is any reasonable mechanism to fund, at least in the short term, while a bigger picture or
Yes,
bigger plan
my only
arises.
concern there is if you do reach out to the Department of Energy, then you have a difficulty in confining it for priority for the Virginia schools, because
Right.
once you get the federal money,
Exactly.
you really would have to open
Right.
it up.
So that is, definitely that's the Department of Energy. The plan that they were proposing was to make the facility like a user facility, but of course in that sense it would be a user facility for anybody.
Sure.
Which
And then
is
whoever
fine.
can pay can use
I
it.
mean, I guess nobody, we all don't mind that as long as there is some sort of control, I guess.
We just
by
want
the
it to be a
Virginia
purposeful
schools.
decision.
Sure.
And not because we didn't do something otherwise.
Exactly, right.
Well, I
Yes.
think as you continue with these kinds of actions, this and anything else, if you can keep Randy informed, as you've
Yeah, yeah.
indicated you will, some of us, individual members of the authority, may want to, with your engagement and permission, attend the meeting, support you in any way we can, find out what things we can do as individuals to support you in Washington and anyplace else.
On the subject of Lisa Thomas' discussion of workforce development, are we including organized labor?
I don't know.
We did.
Any union involved in that discussion?
We didn't. That didn't come up at that first meeting. It's an interesting question, given that in Virginia we're right to work, so it's not relevant here. But we are there. The conversation did acknowledge that hopefully we build a pipeline that supplies more than just Virginia industry. That
Right.
we prepare workers who can not only work in Virginia but anywhere in the country in the industry. So.
There was discussion, as I understand it, there was discussion about, also sort of how you build this coalition, how you protect each company's proprietary information, and that each company has unique situations like exactly like that. And so it's really how much common can we put on the table and figure it out while dealing with each company being able to deal with whatever constrictions they have.
Any other questions?
Any other comments, questions for Sam? I think it would be appropriate for you to consider making a presentation to us each time we meet every quarter, so that we can keep up with you. And just as Marina stated, in order for us to keep up with you in between, that we have some kind of coordination and information sharing.
Yes, Randy, keep us posted. It may be me, maybe Ali, maybe Jennifer. It may not be specifically me, but somebody from the consortium will come to give you an update every time. Certainly, we'll try to keep you posted. In between, particularly, there are specific developments that we definitely ask you to make.
Simon, do you know, this is not to imply that there's any money available there, but have folks, and Jerry, you might know, have folks reached out to the Commonwealth to let them know that there is this valuable asset?
I do not
In
know.
folks at the EDP or to the Secretary of Commerce and Trade, just so they're at least in the loop on whatever discussion is taking place. Jerry, do you think?
They have not, to the EDP, to my knowledge. Bob Bailey is the one that can speak to that with
Right.
Well, that,
clarity and specific actions.
right, that we can have. I will mention this on Thursday in the meeting, because I do not know what steps BMW has pursued with this facility. So I Yeah, no, I will bring this up. Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sam.
Yeah.
Jerry, would you be kind enough to introduce yourself for the record?
I'm Jerry Giles with the EDP. Apologize for my informal attire, but I'm going through some medical issues right now, and hope you'll forgive me.
Of course.
Delighted to
We're
have
happy
you.
to have you.
Sorry to be a little bit late. I don't move quite as fast as I used to.
I'm not
Anyway.
saying either this time.
Yeah.
Nice to be here, and appreciate your kind thoughts.
So, Mr. Chairman, can I leave?
Mr. Vice Chairman, should I let her go?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you, Lance.
Thanks so
Nice
much.
to see you.
Great to see you.
Thank you so much, Sam. Appreciate it. Excellent presentation. Well, thank you. I think that's good. It's really good for us to see that the consortium that we've set up, and part of our role and responsibility for the authority, is moving forward quite actively and aggressively. And again, as she said, given the fact that we are running on a one-year trial basis where the entities and organizations that have agreed to fund the consortium are looking to see what value return on investment there is at the end of the year. So the sooner they hire an executive director, the sooner we are able to help them stand up and do the things that they need to do, the better off the entire activity is going to be. So I hope that you guys will participate with us to the extent you can to help us keep them going. As you know, we unfortunately had to postpone this meeting twice, where when it would snow, we would get emails, Randy and I, from individuals on the authority saying, I do not wish to drive, and so, we talked about driving to go get them. We talked about going to pick some of them up to make sure we had a meeting, but we chose not to do that. So here we are meeting at the end of the quarter, and I apologize for that, and the weather just isn't very cooperative. I'd had several individuals who I had arranged for to come down and talk to us about what was going on in Washington, what was happening on the national, and for that matter, the international scene related to nuclear science technology, a thing that Jerry had talked about, that he thought that we should try to have more engagement and involvement, find out what kinds of things were occurring and how we might be better engaged from the perspective of the state of Virginia. And so I was able, I took this, put this over there so that she could see us. I was noticing she was seeing that. Let me turn it off now. But to have these presentations, so I just brought the information from Craig Piercy, who's the American Nuke Society Washington representative, who was one of the ones that was going to come and speak to us. I do have him aligned for whatever next meeting we have. If we may change the schedule, we may not, depending upon your all's discussion today. And also possibly Joyce Connery from the White House, who coordinates the activities of nuclear science technology there. So I don't know how to make that come on and come up. You're sitting over there. There's a light. You with that?
It's not very bright, there's a light.
There it is.
How off are you? Sure.
No.
Can you say no?